for you to be able to do assignments, you can always go to the recordings and say, this is what we did in week, in lesson 30. All right, I hope you can see my screen. And it is not the previous screen that had the F1 brief. Can you see the latest screen that I'm sharing?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So we are continuing with the macro environment. If you remember, in a couple of weeks ago, we were looking at the micro environment. So the immediate factors that influence an organization's trading environment. And on the micro environment, we looked at the customers, we looked at the competitors, we looked at the intermediaries, we also looked at the digital publishers. So that's what we did as part of the micro environment. So in this new series, we are unpacking the macro environment. So we are actually using the pastel approach. Some call it the slept approach, where we unpack the acronyms P, E, S, T, L, E. So that's what we've been doing since last week. So realize that in the links that are available on Core Campus, we had a look at the economic forces influencing the macro environment. We also had a look at the political forces influencing the macro environment. So under the political forces, we discussed political control, the influence of the government in internet consumption. So we looked at internet governance, we looked at taxation, we also looked at social media and political change. So these are the political forces that shapes the digital environment. You know, in countries that are very strict, like Uganda, you actually pay tax to be on the internet. I think it's 2% of the data that you get for social media. In order for you to go on TikTok, in order for you to go on Facebook, you need to pay 2% of that portion. It goes to tax. You know, some governments have also direct control of the internet, especially when there are uprisings. They can be able to shut down the internet or to shut down social media platforms to minimize the spread happening on the digital landscape. So these have got an influence in how brands and digital marketers engage with the audience. It has got an impact on the media consumption, how consumers can actually interact with the content that is available online. Imagine if there's political change in the country and the government decides to shut down the internet. Even if you are not part of that digital uprising, all of a sudden you do not have access to the platforms and you cannot buy what you wanted to buy via social media platforms. So this is how e-commerce and digital businesses can be affected. And that was discussed in the previous lesson. So today we are going to look at the other aspect that digital marketers need to be aware of, that need to navigate whenever they are coming up with their strategies, whenever they are tracking the performance as well as the management of digital campaigns. So at the end of this lesson, you should be able to understand data protection and privacy laws. You need to understand disability and discrimination laws. You need to be able to unpack brand and trademark protection. You need to be able to describe intellectual property rights and their influence on digital marketing. And you also need to understand online advertising law. So these the concepts that we are going to be discussing as this session progresses. We are going to come across ethical standards. What are ethical standards? We are going to come across privacy. We are going to come across the concept identity theft, personal data, and malware. So when you look at those key terms on the left, which term would you say it's very strange to you, or it's first time coming across it, or you would struggle to describe it in basic terms to someone else?
The last one.
Okay, let's hear others. So Watura, you know everything there. And the KB and Humphrey. Okay, we'll get to that, guys.
Yes.
Someone is saying something.
Yeah, they're all simple terms.
Yeah.
All right. So before we start, I've got this question for you. How do legal forces influence digital marketing? What comes to your mind, guys? Is there any relationship between legal forces and um, digital marketing? Or as digital marketers, do you think you can post whatever you want? You can engage with consumers the way you want on digital platforms without considering any legal forces, anything
So
that
I think
put you in trouble in terms of the law? Yes, Matapi.
they do have a relationship somehow, somewhere. Whether it's good or whether it's bad, they do connect and have a relationship. Because for example, here in South Africa, you cannot advertise your product and this another product. You need to disclose that product. You can call that product product A, product B. You cannot I cannot say I'm advertising Nando's and say Nando's is better than KFC, or Nando's is better than Chicken Licken, but I have to say Nando's is better than Chicken A or Chicken B. It's against the law to go directly.
Okay, and we have seen that, right?
Yes, sir. And
When domestos are advertising, they don't say Jik is this and that. They just say against brand B.
yes,
Okay.
even when is it this company named P something, when they wanted us to know their company, they sell good meat, whatever. They didn't show us that they better than Hungry Lion or whatever. They were just doing another um chicken company. They were just saying chicken A.
That was
Yes, their advert. They were not direct.
Watura said
that
something. What did you say?
KFC one. The
Yes,
KFC,
that one Watur. Oh, that was crazy. Yes, hence I'm saying I believe they go hand to hand. And again, when it comes to South Africa, you cannot post anything you want, because first of all, say I cannot go and post something I feel about. I can't do that, but then there's law that's gonna come after then. Because if I post about, for example, if I say Cyril Ramaphosa, blah 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 blah, if Cyril Ramaphosa feels like he wants to sue me or anything, he is allowed, which is something else. It limits us to post. You to get what I'm saying? So it's not like in
Yes.
America. In America, like when Coca-Cola and is it Schweppes or what the other Coca-Cola company, when Coca-Cola wants to do
Pepsi.
something, the Peps, yeah, they just diss each other. But here we cannot do that. It's
Mm.
against the law. And in South Africa, you cannot post everything and anything you want. For example, the TikTok thing. Whenever people post on TikTok, you hear TikTok influencers say they took down my video because it was not against the law of South Africa. You get what I'm saying? So,
Okay, I'm glad that is also recognized on TikTok. I'm,
mm,
Also,
I'm, I'm not on TikTok most of the times. I'm actually not familiar with it. But the fact that you guys are saying that, so I'll take your word for it.
yes, no,
I didn't know that TikTok actually follows South African laws in
yes, they
how
even
you post content and how you engage with other users on TikTok.
no, even on TikTok, if you are on live, like if you're doing a live on TikTok and you're driving and they feel like you might be on an accident, or you're holding your phone while driving, or you're talking while driving, or something, they feel like this life it's gonna like danger your life or danger other people's life, they cut it. Like it's
But
done.
do they let you know that you are now disconnected?
Yes,
You just
they warn
continue
you.
doing that, not
They
knowing
warn
that.
you, while as we also viewers can see the warning.
Oh,
They give you a
okay.
warning that also as viewers can see it.
But you guys always diss each other in Jolo, right? When you're about to sting someone.
No.
Eh, matape.
Sir, I don't believe in stain, man. There's no such thing. No one takes someone from someone.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, nothing has been taken away from you. That's why you're saying that, eh?
No, sir. If it was never meant for me, Vela, from the first place, no one took it. Because no one takes something. That person also wanted to be taken. Sir, Mujola is not like a sweet. You know, if I'm having a chocolate and someone takes it, that's when I can see someone take something from me. Because you took something tangible. But you cannot take a person. That person also wanted to leave now.
I can feel Watura shaking her head where she is. But anyway, all right, let me quickly show you something, guys. Based on what we've been discussing so far, you talking about Coca-Cola, Pepsi. So I just want to share my screen here, and you guys will tell me your feelings about it. Can you see my screen?
No, I'm seeing blank.
What about now?
Yes, sir. Now I can see.
Can you hear the sound?
Yes, loud and
Okay.
clear.
So it's McDonald's and Burger King. I don't know if you can see at the top there, where I'm moving my mouse.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's see this.
never seen the sky so blue. The birds are singing, I got nothing to do. Hey, 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 it's just a sunny day. Da-do-da-da-da-da. Ain't no clouds up in the sky. I dream 'em up and watch my daydreams go by. Hey, 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 it's just a sunny day. Ain't got time to worry. The sun is gonna shine all day. I'm not gonna hurry. You can tell the company they can keep my pay.
Did you see that?
Ew, that's
Yes,
crazy.
sir.
What
That's
was happening there?
McDonald was trying to tell us that if you're having McDonald, everyone will want it, but if you're having Burger King, nobody will want it. They'll just pass you. Yo, bruh.
So, of course, this was planned by digital marketers, guys. Okay,
But you can
it was done by our colleagues in the field. So, do you think it is allowed in South Africa? Do you see this as a legal factor that digital marketers in South Africa must consider whenever they are coming up with such campaigns?
say if they might consider it necessary, but the laws of South Africa will never. It doesn't allow them. It goes back to, have you seen Nando's? I'll say let's do a Nando's example. Nando's always, whenever they, most of the time when they do their advert, they used to do it based on what's really happening in South Africa. Go back to something that the advert that was really trending for Nando's, the one that they were doing about Gupta and Zuma, when Guptas were running away from South Africa with the money and everything.
Yes.
The advert came on Friday when the laws and everything is closed, the companies are closed. And on Monday morning, it was already banned and they already took it off also. But they just wanted people to know it, and it stick to us people. Even if we saw it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but it stick.
Mm.
So you
Okay.
like it was banned to that point that they took remember when Zuma team wanted to take Nando's to court because of that advert. They wanted to say, why are you trying to say, our president our Zuma is hiding these people, why you get what I'm saying. It became
Yes.
it didn't end up being an food industry or advert industry. It became political now.
Okay. So why do you say Nando's always get away with murder?
Nando's do say a lot, especially because they know that if they take out something on Friday, on Monday it's bad. But they know that whatever they take out, it's already sticking with people. It's already on people's mind.
Okay. And would you say they are violating laws?
They are, but
All
now
right.
but now they smart about it. They never take out their advert while it's during the week, when it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They only take it out Friday after 2 p.m. and by Sunday after 6 p.m. it's already down. Monday, the companies are opening. Why are you banning? Because it's already taken down.
All right. Let's hear others. What do you think, guys? What other campaigns do you think of other than the one that I've just that we've just discussed?
The Mac one, guys. The Mac. Is it the sunlight liquid or washing liquid dish or something like that? Anyway, let me be quiet.
Okay, let me show you something else, guys. I want to hear your thoughts on it. Can you see my screen yet? Forgot to put the sounds. Okay, can you see the screen, guys? Watura Matapelo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can see. What can you see?
Yes, I can.
Red Bull makes fun. Can you see that? Okay, I'm going to play it now.
This is boring. We won't catch anything today. I'm going home.
Oh, Jesus, stop! How on earth are you doing that?
What do you mean?
Well, you're walking on water.
I think he's had a Red Bull. You know, it gives him wings.
No, this has nothing to do with Red Bull.
What? Not another of your miracles?
It's no miracle. You just have to know where the stepping stones are. Oh, Jesus.
Did you get that one? Or you want me to replay it?
We got it. So.
Okay. What do you think, guys? We all know Red Bull.
Yes, sir.
So if you know that biblical story that Jesus walked on water, on top of the water, Red Bull says that he didn't. He was just watching where the stones were.
But in other words, aren't they not trying to advertise to us that when you drink Red Bull, you're gonna be having so much energy that you can even walk on water like Jesus?
Yeah, but then towards the end, he said that you just have to watch out and see where the stones are.
Because that person wanted to be smart about it. Because first of all, if he didn't say that, religious people were gonna come after it.
Yeah, but that race, it was a big scandal. If you can search it, you'll find many complaints. They are there on News 24, like religious groups were complaining, attacking Red Bull, saying that it was an attack on religion. Red Bull was actually saying that Jesus did not actually walk on water. There were stones there.
So, sir,
Especially now, it's during Easter period. So marketers need to be aware of the things that they say, Easter eggs and all these things that are happening. Yes, Watura, you were saying something.
legal force. Okay, anything that has to do with legal aspects in a digital space, they also have to be concerned about religion, race, etc. So it's not only about mocking other brands, but also other religions and races, ethnicities, and so forth.
Yes, so it's anything that can put you in trouble with the law.
Oh,
Okay. So if you have got someone who has been sort of like been hurt by what you did, then they take you to court or they take legal action against you. So it's not only about advertising and dissing your competitor, but whether you attack a specific group of people, you attack a specific religion or a specific tribe, Zulu people this, Ndebele people that, or you post things that are sensitive like revenge porn in the nudes that you share on social media platforms, anything that violates the law.
So, sir, remember someone sued Red Bull saying that when they drank it, it didn't give them wings. So that's also a legal action.
Honestly, it depends with the resources that we have. Because sometimes, the offended groups must just drop things because they do not have the resources like having good lawyers, like having justice to access justice. So it can be difficult, but people who are resourceful can actually raise any matter in court. Yes. So it depends with how much resources you have as an individual or as a group of people, and thinking whether you can escalate the matter or not. There are many things that we come across in the digital spectrum, and sometimes people do not pursue them because they know that they do not have the legal means to pursue those things, and to just end up leaving it like that. Or sometimes people are just, especially consumers, they are not aware of the laws that are there to protect them, the rights that has to be protected. The same thing with your mapuna puna. If you share it with someone and they leak them, that's a crime. But if you're not aware of that, you just leave it, or if you do not have resources. But someone can be jailed for that. Do you know that, guys?
Yes, sir.
Mm. So legal knowledge is also crucial in this. Like, do you know the laws that are there to protect you as a brand, as well as to protect consumers? I think we've heard of the Consumer Protection Act several times. So laws are developed to provide a framework of control and regulations that aim to enable individuals and brands to go about their business in a legal and ethical manner. However, laws are open to interpretation, and there are many legal and ethical considerations in the online trading environments. Digital marketers should be compliant with the law and adhere to ethical standards, but the rate of technology innovation is rapid, and consequently, the law is often unclear. Like we discussed with TikTok. I know TikTok is a Chinese platform, and in most cases, Chinese always do things that are unlawful. That's why TikTok, I think it was once banned in America, if I remember very well, because of the platform policies and how the Chinese government has got control over Twitter, hence the safety of the user data and so on. So especially when you are dealing with multi organizations that are on these platforms, so how can the law be clear then? Because you've got countries have got different laws. The South African laws can be completely different to the Chinese laws. So TikTok being a Chinese, platform, how then can it make sure that it also have platform policies that are in line with all other countries in which their users come from? So with technology, it's always difficult, and this is the same thing that is happening now with AI as well, with digital currencies like Bitcoin. You know, it's a sort of like paradoxical when it comes to government. Like, how can we enforce the laws? How can we enforce that there is an ethical use of these platforms? And sometimes it can actually be unclear. Marketers need to tread carefully, since unethical action can result in serious damage to the reputation of a brand, and negative sentiment can result in a reduction in online audiences or sales. So even if you have got the offended parties who do not have legal resources, however, nowadays it's very easy to have a boycott, okay? All of a sudden you can have a reduction in your online audiences. All of a sudden people are unsubscribing to your newsletters. They are unfollowing you. They do not want to associate with you anymore. Even if they did not take you to court, even if they didn't have resources to take you to court, or they cannot afford lawyers, they can actually distance themselves from you. So you just realize that the traffic is no longer great on your digital assets, such as your website or your social platforms, because of the unethical actions that your digital marketing team did not actually flag. Any questions so far?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Is it clear though?
Yes, sir. It's
Yes.
loud and clear.
All right. Yeah, because I know people say that you can't take me to court because you do not have the resources. You are poor, especially considering the poverty levels in South Africa and how some big companies can actually claim, their legal might, saying that we've got expensive lawyers and there's nothing you can do to us. That's a lie. There's something that consumers can always do, and that may lead to boycotts. All of a sudden, you've got less interactions, because I think it was the same thing with Momentum. If you guys can remember the Momentum incident, where a claim was rejected for a man who was shot dead. They rejected the claim that was initiated by the wife, because the man did not indicate in that claim that he had some conditions. I think he had diabetes, if I remember. But his death had nothing to do with diabetes. He was shot.
Oh.
So legally, they said, yeah, we are on the right track as an insurance company, and there's no law that we have violated, because this was mentioned in the policy contracts and so on. And even people in the legal fraternity, they could understand what Momentum was saying. But Momentum got a huge threat from policy holders, saying that they are going to withdraw their policies from Momentum. And now you can imagine how Discovery and other competitors were feeling. So as a result, Momentum had to pay out those claims, regardless of whether the policy holder was correct or not. So you need to understand your trading environment. You need to understand everything that is happening in the environment as a brand. Otherwise, one or the other, you may be affected. It does not necessarily have to end up in court. We also have what we call public sentiments or public scrutiny. That can also have an influence on what is happening in the environment. So we have got lots of laws that we need to know about as digital marketers. The term data protection, I think I come across it several times. Data protection, data protection, data protection. And we even have a legislation in South Africa, POPI Act. Do you guys know anything about POPI?
No.
So it's your first time to actually hear me saying POPI Act. You haven't heard this word before.
I think I have.
Isn't it about privacy?
Heaven. What do you read, guys? What does POPI stand for?
Personal Protection of Personal Information Act.
Yeah. So that one is very, very relevant in our field. Okay. We also have anti-spam legislation, and you can actually see the tables in your textbook. Unfortunately, I do not have the textbook with me, but it is your duty, guys, to go and read. Already, I see that on most of these things, you are very blank. It's actually alarming. As digital marketing students, you need to be able to know the laws and the legislation in this country, so that you remain compliant. Because if you are not compliant, there are, of course, legal consequences. So you can see on table 3.1 on page 116, there are significant laws that control digital marketing there. Then on the next table, next page, you also have information collected online that is related to technologies. Remember, we have got two sets of policies here. The laws from a country as well as the laws from platforms. So platforms do have their own policies, their own regulations, that you need to behave this way on this platform. If you do not, we can block your account. If you are not compliant on this platform, we can pause your account, we can delete your data, we can fine you, and so on. As you guys mentioned about TikTok, I'm sure on Facebook, they also have their own platform policies. As you know, there are even big people who have been kicked out of platforms such as Donald Trump on Twitter, because they violated some of the policies that are associated with that platform. Are you aware of these things, guys?
Yes, sir. Very much aware.
Hmm. We are also going to talk about intellectual property. You know, you guys, sometimes you post your images, then all of a sudden there's an MT or Caspar Nyovest song playing there. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, a lot, especially on Instagram, they do that a lot.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And you know, brands also use artists, by the way, in their marketing campaigns, and you need to take note of that. So let's quickly have a look at disability and discrimination laws. So these are laws relating to discriminating against disabled users who may find it more difficult to use digital platforms because of audio, visual, or motor impairment, and it's known as accessibility legislation. So digital platform accessibility refers to enabling all users of platform to interact with it regardless of disabilities they may have or the web browsers on the platforms they are using to access the site. I think I came across it some online that most modern website designs, they use colors, they use all these design elements to make sure that they accommodate those who have got visual elements. I do not know how. I'm still studying on that. Then, of course, you need to protect your brand. You need to have a trademark protection so you can protect your domain name online. And we've seen most brands coming across that quite strongly. All of a sudden, you've got these verified accounts. I think it's Twitter. I think Facebook also does that to avoid the parody accounts that are being used by people for malicious or for nefarious intentions. So you need to protect your domain as a business. For example, if you are Boston Media House and you've got a Boston Media House Facebook page, you need to make sure that that account is protected. That's how I'd see big brands will be like Discovery Ensure official page. I don't know if you have seen that, guys.
Yes, sir, we have. Even
Mm,
Facebook, Boston Media House face has an official page.
mm. And I think it has got a sort of a tick next to it that it has been verified by the platform that it is the official name for that specific brand.
Yes, sir.
Because there is so much identity theft, and someone can just create an account out there and claim they are Boston Media House or claim that they are Matapelo to protect. And sometimes they're not even claiming, but you can have someone who has got the same identity with yours. Like right now, if I were to search on Facebook and say Matapelo Toteti, trust me, there will be 3 or 4 with same surname and same name, only different pictures. Am I
Yes,
lying? Matapelo, you're saying something?
said there will be so many. Yo,
Mm.
I'm even worried.
Yeah, guys, you must try by all means to search yourself on social media platform. You just realize that there's someone who's got like full name, same name, same surname. Are you aware of that?
I'm aware of that. Hence, I don't call myself Matapelo to date on Facebook.
So that's why you call yourself Cool Candy.
No, I'm not cool. Yo, what a name.
No, I come across many pseudonyms, like fake names that people give themselves. I thought it's just for you having another brand. I didn't know that it's a sort of a prevention from identity theft.
Say, I just went to Facebook now. There are so many Matapelo to date. Yo, I'm even worried and scared. Sir, I call myself Trudy Wahato date. And then on Instagram, I call
So
my
why don't you have your full name as it reflects on your ID?
because there are so many. I'm telling you, some even have your second name.
Okay. Let's hear others. Watura.
So I don't think there's any Watura in the world.
Hey, this Watura name of yours.
Watura, your
So
name is unique.
yeah, so I don't have because I use my name on social media because I
Full
know a
name.
lot of. Sir?
Full name.
Yeah.
Okay. Paul,
Thank
welcome to
you.
the class.
Hi everyone. Sorry I'm late. So
You are always late, so there's no need to apologize because I now
you,
know. Okay, no worries. Yes, let's hear you.
me, my
Are
name.
you Paul Motsi on social media platforms?
Yes, it's my full name. It's Mpoentle Alicia Mutsi.
Yeah? How many names are there?
2.
So you mentioned full name. Paul, what, Alicia?
Mpoentle is my full name.
Oh, so you're Mpoenhle.
Yes.
Oh, I thought Mpo is Mpo, because I know that Mpo means gift.
Yes, Mpoentle is beautiful gift.
Parents were exaggerating. A gift is a gift. There's no need for it to be beautiful.
There is.
Yes. I get you, Mpo. So yeah, you need to protect your domain name, especially as a brand. That's why you come across big brands like Adidas or Nike. They say this is the official page for Nike. This is the official page for Woolworths. This is official page for Pick and Pay. It is because there are so many parody accounts there. Even public figures, your celebrities, your soccer star, your Ronaldo, your Cristiano Ronaldo, your Lionel Messi. On social media platforms, they have to verify their accounts because there are so many people there who can pretend to be Lionel Messi, who can pretend to be Cristiano Ronaldo or to be Barack Obama or to be Jacob Zuma and so on. And those people, they make it so real because they've got images. Sometimes they've got up-to-date information about those figures, and all of a sudden you feel like it's real content coming from an authentic person. We see that mostly on Instagram. So reputational damage in advertising and monitoring brand conversations in networks and blogs, especially where you are tagged or mentioned. Sometimes you can just be brought in a discussion that is going to taint your reputation as a brand. All of a sudden, maybe there are online users who are discussing terrorism and they want you to be associated with it, or racism, anything that has got some moral or ethical questions. So it is for digital marketers to know where they are tagged, to know where they are being mentioned, and if possible, to withdraw that brand from those conversations. Matapelo, you're saying something?
No, sir. I was trying to ask actually people from this house that what's happening because I don't know if you have seen my Wi-Fi keeps kicking me out and kicking me in. I don't know what's wrong.
I haven't seen that yet.
I was not in class now a few minutes ago.
Oh, okay. But guys, have you been mentioned or tagged in posts that you felt like these posts are against your principles as an individual? And then all of a sudden
Hey,
you untag yourself.
So please repeat
sir,
the question.
Matapelo heard me, so let her explain
Oh,
it to you.
like have you ever seen when you're scrolling down your page, while you're scrolling down your wall, there's a post that doesn't go with you or with your belief or with what you
mm,
believe or what you
Or
go
you
for
have actually
mm.
been
and tag
mentioned
yourself.
or tagged in that post.
Yeah,
Mm.
sometimes you're being tagged,
Like
especially
you
on
actually
Facebook.
receive a notification saying that you have been tagged on this. So someone just mentioned you in that conversation and you feel like it is against my principles.
Me, they can't take me.
Hmm.
Me, they take me, share,
That's
especially
true.
For me, especially family members, I feel like I need to sit down and have
Mm.
family meeting with
Mm.
family members because they don't have boundaries. There are some things that I don't want to be tagged on because, as I once told you before, that nowadays when they hire you, they go back to your social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah, but before you sit down with your family, you also need to sit down with your platforms because there are features nowadays
Yeah.
that you can actually click on. You just need to allow the button to go so that you get protected on that. I didn't know that before. All of a sudden, I see this and 98 others tagged you, and I don't know what is it that they are talking about and stuff like that. Then, if you go to Facebook, even on Twitter, there are some buttons that you just need to activate on WhatsApp as well, so that you are not tagged or mentioned in conversations that are not aligned with your values and your principles. Because it is easy to be linked with terrorist organization. It is easy to be linked with child traffickers and so forth without even realizing. Then tomorrow you're looking for a job and they're like, oh, we saw you tagged on this post. Now it's as if you support what was happening there, and you can lose opportunities as a result of that. Yeah, I'm talking at individual level, but it also happens at organizational level. It can affect brands.
So I didn't know there were things like that, but now I'll go to my Facebook or go to my because I don't like being tagged. Don't tag me. Don't. We didn't sit down and talk about it, so don't tag me.
Yeah, even on WhatsApp as well, you cannot just be invited to groups. You can actually go there and you can just lock all the numbers. It means that whenever you are invited to a group, someone actually need to send you an invitation link, not just add you on a group automatically.
Oh yes, that one I closed it because I noticed that now people were just adding me to their group chats and now no one
Because
is
you
adding.
can wake up tomorrow being part of a
Out.
terrorist WhatsApp group, for example. And then someone takes a screenshot like, oh, Matapelo is in this group. Yet you did not even authorize to be in that group. Even if you leave, even if you withdraw that group later, the fact that someone took a screenshot, it can always be made public and just show that. I think it happens, especially now during elections. You are going to come across things like that. Opponents trying to discredit their political figures, trying to discredit their opponent, saying that this person was doing this and that. And some people are going to lose votes in May as a result of this. All right, then intellectual property. I think it's a term that you guys are more familiar with, especially on Instagram. If you post an image on Instagram and you get anyone's song to come with that image, there is a pop-in message that comes. What do they say on Instagram?
Yeah, I wouldn't know because I don't use it. Yes, I've never used it. I need to try it.
What do you guys use?
I
We do have Instagram.
I do have Instagram, but I don't post too much. I don't know.
Okay, all right. Uh, IP protect designs, ideas, and inventions, and include content. Can you see that? It
Yes.
includes content. Digital marketers will deal with content a lot. And most of the content is protected out there, meaning it is a crime to use someone's content without their permission. And develop services developed for e-commerce sites. So closely related is copyright law. I think we know what copyright is,
So can I
which
ask?
is designed to protect authors. Yes, Matapelo.
So what are you trying to say exactly is that whenever they post on Instagram and use other people's music without their knowledge, that person can come back to them or what's happening is Instagram allowing
Yes.
use it. What is there any law that they jumping or they crossing?
No, they would tell you that this is someone's property that has been registered on Instagram already. For you to be aware that it's not yours, but you are using it on your platform.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes. And I've seen even on many videos on Facebook, people saying that I do not hold rights to this song. Have you come across that on YouTube and
Yes.
Facebook?
Yeah,
Yes,
on
and
YouTube.
TikTok.
Even TikTok, yes.
Yes,
When
you need to do that more often because Master KG can come on your heels. They can do that. So never underestimate it because it's not yours. You're not part of its creation or its production. Then I've got copyright law, which is designed to protect authors, producers, broadcasters, and performers by ensuring they see some returns from their work every time they are experienced, especially if it's for commercial purposes. You cannot gain profit from someone's work. I know most of you guys want to be content creators, right? Anyone who is interested in content creation here.
Yes.
So you have to be able to, you must be able to know how to protect your content, but also other people's content. You need to be aware that you cannot just copy and paste plagiarism, someone's content. You can actually be in trouble for doing that. And these things happen mostly on social media platforms because, you know, most users, most content creators and people who have got a huge following, like this Limpopo guy, I just forgot his name. They're not aware of these laws, by the way. It's actually what gives them content. You know, so what happens all of a sudden, you are busy violating the laws and you are gaining more views and followers, but you do not know that you can be in trouble for that. You can actually be blocked from your own profile that you have worked so hard to get, 2 million users or followers and so forth.
yeah, I also didn't know, sir.
You didn't know?
No.
Yeah, now you know.
Yes, sir.
So at least it helps to be in this class, right?
Yes, it does,
Because
sir.
I know that I'm at 2000, they love being on social media platforms. And, for me, for example, I'll be comfortable having a limited number of followers on social media. But you guys, the number of followers that you want is actually infinite because you want to generate income from that. And you also want to be famous and popular.
So we just one man.
Hey, urata nyuko wena, eh?
Yes.
So yeah, so you need to be very aware of that because at the end of the day, the money that you are getting, you might end up using that money to pay lawyers to defend you because you stole someone's coin. Or you might end up being kicked out of that platform and all of a sudden, you lose all the followers there. And remember, especially if you are using other brands, those brands won't want to associate with you because they know now that you are violating other people's intellectual property and copyright laws. So all of a sudden, if you're partnering with Lux or with Protex, whatever brand it is, they will end up not saying that no, we do not want our products on your platforms because you disregard other people's work. So that can happen as well. Then online advertising laws, I think we discussed that at the beginning where I showed you the advert from McDonald's dissing Burger King. Of course, that can happen elsewhere, but in South Africa, it is not allowed. You cannot advertise BMW by dissing Audi or Mercedes-Benz. That's why even on brand power, when you see adverts on TV, Sunlight Liquid will be like against brand A. Even Doves, they love saying that, ordinary soap versus Dove. They don't say Lux versus Dove or Protex versus Dove or versus Nivea because they are well aware of the advertising laws. So advertising standards are enforced by independent agencies, and they also apply in the internet environment. One particular challenge, of course, of online advertising for consumers is that marketing communications must be obviously identifiable. So you do not have to speculate in the way you would with Nando's on TV because you are talking about online activity. It has to be identifiable, to be clearly seen that there are some online advertising laws that are being violated here. Because remember, also in the court of law, hard evidence is required. So you cannot just speculate that, the way this person was singing this song, it actually, sound like my song. It has to be identifiable. So that's why maybe Instagram, before you post your picture with someone's song, they actually show you that this is a song by Master KG and Nkosazana daughter. So they are making very clear that you know what you are doing. Okay. So in conclusion, laws are developed in order to provide a framework of control and regulations that aim to enable individuals and brands to go about their business in a legal and ethical manner. Otherwise, if there are no laws, if there are no regulations, there will be complete chaos in the digital community. There will be complete chaos online. We saw the chaos that came with Donald Trump on Twitter. It was actually huge. Warnings came, warnings went, and at the end he was kicked out of Twitter. I don't know what is happening with his social media platform called The Truth. I don't know if it's revealing any truths there. So digital marketers should be compliant with the law and adhere to ethical standards, but the rate of technology innovation is rapid, and consequently, the law is sometimes unclear. However, we need to tread carefully as marketers, since unethical action can result in serious reputational damage, financial damage, as well as audience damage. So these are some of the laws that we need to consider, and lots of them are reviewed in detail in this textbook. We have got data privacy laws, data protection, disability and discrimination law, brand and trademark protection, intellectual property rights, as well as online advertising laws. Are there any questions? Oh, I see your mic is on.
Yes, it's just on so that I'm able to engage.
Okay. So what can you say about the Mapunapuna that you saw on people's reels out there? Are they violating any laws?
Yes, I think so, because most social media platforms have guidelines, like community guidelines, and you're not supposed to post like nudity and stuff.
Because I see with most AMA 2000, the reels that I come across, it's like people want, when I say people, I mean your generation. Most of you guys want to gain a lot of followership based on nudity.
Yes, sex sells these days.
No,
No, on social media, like
I hear you. I'm not
sexualizing
judging. I
yourself.
hear you.
Yeah,
Hmm.
most women sexualize themselves a lot on social media these days, and it sells. So,
And men as well. Nowadays, we are seeing 4 6 packs out there.
oh,
Like
it's
if
mostly
you've got,
hey, with
if you've
men,
got,
you can overlook it. Women, yo,
yeah, I see there's this lady already who is trending. I thought she was an actress at some point, but only to realize that it's only because she's a Facebook Zoto Abantu, something like that. I just forgot her name, but she's a poser. I know you guys know her.
me, I don't. I don't. We don't know those kind of people, sir. Ish.
So would you say there are laws being violated there, or is because they are semi naked?
Personally, I think there's a law that's being violated.
But they
Of
continue
the
to post on
social,
Facebook. So it means that Facebook and TikTok is not filtering them. I don't know.
no, but also, sir, I'm sure it depends on the degree of nudity. There's others that
Yes.
Facebook takes down, and then there's others they overlook. So I guess it depends on the degree. I don't know.
All right. Yeah, what you're saying it makes sense, Paul.
Yes.
It does make sense. But you know what you post today has got some implications tomorrow.
A lot of
It
implications.
does. You know, there's actually a story that I read this morning, especially you guys who believe in Lobola. Someone's Lobola got cancelled last week because of the images that they came across on Facebook, where the lady was at a club dancing in an embarrassing manner with someone else.
Yeah.
So the guy's family, they say that the mother of that guy said that I cannot have a makoti like this one in my house.
Mm.
So things like that. And it's not only, for future marriages, it can be also, jobs, tomorrow get something very convincing now. Someone has got something of you. I just want to get you that. Okay, so what happens on social media stays on Google forever.
Yes, sir. When I Google my name, like when you not on Facebook, when I just go to Google and Google Matapel, it brings back an old picture that I don't even have anymore.
Mm.
Mm.
So this was the post that the guy says, young ladies gather here. Last year I got a call from one of my good friends saying that I'm a Lobola Kusela. I don't know if you heard that. Like Lobola has been cancelled. Yes, he said sounding very pissed off. His son's dowry payment event has been cancelled. He was busy dressing up for the event when the call came through and has been invited as the godfather of the young man who was supposed to get married. However, the wife received pictures of the would-be daughter-in-law scantily dressed in a club, smoking shisha. I don't know what is shisha, guys?
It's hardly.
Oh, habli. Yes. So she was scantily dressed in a club, smoking shisha. Then the mother also got the videos of this young lady dancing provocatively with another young man. Apparently, it was a dance challenge video. So they were too embarrassed to ask how they got them. However, what you post online is with consequences in the future. You might delete today, but someone would have downloaded it already. So the guy's mother saying that she doesn't want a daughter-in-law like that, and the boyfriend also agreed that he cannot marry someone if the mother does not approve that person.
Mm. Then what happened to Jolo with through our I love you baby
Um,
through thick and thin? Ah,
the very fun part is that they met at church. These are church families that they knew each other. Even the Joel itself started in church, and the parents from both sides they go to the same church. But
yeah.
the guy was studying out of the country. Then the lady was studying at a local university, but out of the town they come from. So that's where she was doing things. So even her parents were surprised because they didn't know the other side of her character, her own family. They didn't know that she does that because she was at school.
But it's a stage that we pass most.
Yeah, but it can cost you largely, even if it's is that stage of life.
It's a lot, sir. I'm
Mm.
learning a lot today.
Yeah, there are a lot of things to learn online.
Mm.
Okay, guys, if there are no comments or additions, let's look at a case study since we're unpacking a theoretical concepts here. So let's apply everything that we learned to a given scenario. So we are going to be looking at the digital macro environment case studies by looking at the legal forces influencing the digital marketing environment. Let's have a quick break, if you do not mind, but please come back.
What time are we coming back, sir?
It's only a 10-minute break.
So
10 minutes from now. 15:37.
So 22.
Let's just say 22, yes.
Okay, sir.
Paul?
Yes, sir.
Ungabaleki, ungabaleki.